Hello, Jessica here from All the Sparkle with a set of cards using Colorburst powders and a fun non-crafty tool that helps to create a very different watercolored look for your cards. I've put together a short video to show you the process. To start, you'll want to keep your project in a shallow box while you're working to avoid spraying colored powders all over your work surface. Place a piece of watercolor paper in the bottom of the box and sprinkle Colorburst powders over the paper. You just need a little bit. The powder goes a long way. Next, you'll spritz the powder with water. And then it's time for the secret weapon, an air puffer used to clean photography equipment. I use the Rocket Air Blaster, but there are lots of options available. I would recommend getting one that's exclusively reserved for craft projects, as you wouldn't want to accidentally puff powders into your camera parts. As you can see, I just puffed air at the pools of colored water so that it spreads across the paper in thin tendrils. You have a little control over the direction of the spread, but part of the fun is the randomness of the design. To me, it looks like the still photos you can see of the Color Run 5Ks with all the exploding color everywhere. Different amounts of water will also yield different results. The first example used quite a bit of water, the third example will use very little. The paper does curl as it gets wet. If that bothers you, you can tape it down while you're spritzing. I don't mind the curl, and I prefer being able to do several backgrounds at a time without having to take the time to unstick the tape. As you can see, each design is a little bit different based on how much water I've used, how much powder I've used, and the direction that I've puffed the air. The third example uses much less powder and much less water than the first two examples. This results in much finer tendrils and much more definition in the design. There's really no wrong way to do this process, and every card you make will be very unique. Once I completed my backgrounds, I let them dry completely. I love the dimension and depth you get from this technique. Each background is truly a work of art. To finish my cards, I used my Mini Misty to stamp the sentiments from W+9 with Versamark and heat emboss them with white embossing powder. I'm using the Misty because watercolor paper is textured and doesn't always stamp cleanly the first time. With the Misty, I can restamp the image over and over without blurring the words. I completed the set of cards by mounting them to a black card base and adding a sprinkling of sparkling clear sequins. In the YouTube description below, I've included a link to my blog post where I provide links for all the products I've used in this video. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching and have a fabulous day.